It's me, Sami here. I encourage my clients to do is to actually start freelancing to build their career. Hey, Sami here for the Career Kickstart Academy. Now this is the second video in the Start Freelancing Now series, which is all about helping working professionals who maybe want to break into a new career, maybe they want to add to their portfolio or their resume, how they can freelance to develop their career. So in the last video we talked about what kind of services that you could offer, so check out that video to catch up with me now, because in this video we're going to go into how much you should charge and how you will accept payment, because that is going to be the biggest thing, is that you want to get paid, you want to have a good rate, you know, you're freelancing for a lot of reasons, but money's on the list. So you want to have this taken care of, because there is few things that can make you lose legitimacy in front of a potential client is not knowing how much to charge. And this is such a common quandary that I have talked with my clients, and it's something that easier than it seems. It can be a simple formula, which is market rate plus your experience level. So when you are doing research, which you can do at glassdoor.com, that's a great place, payscale.com. You can even Quora, which is Quora, I'll put in the show notes. That's actually a really good place to ask questions about freelancers in your field, because you're not going to want to price yourself too low. You don't want to price yourself too high. You want to really find that sweet spot. You know, and to help find out that middle ground, I do suggest that after you look up the market rate, you time yourself. I talk about this in the other video and how important it is to know how long you take to do things, because when you know how long it takes for you to do something, you can decide whether or not it's worth it to you to have maybe a package price for your services or an hourly rate. I always suggest that be knowledgeable of, even if you're doing a package rate, be aware of how much you actually make per hour, because that can be a very good determination on the scale of the skill or the service that you're going to provide. Because if it's something where, you know, it's going to take oodles and oodles of time, but you might not get that much of a result, or it's not going to be a service that you can price higher, then maybe that's going to be something you're not going to freelance in. So when you're thinking about payment, always keep in mind that with this process that we're going through, it's all about hooking your very first client. So oftentimes that's going to be friends and family. So be aware of what your market rate's going to be, but also as you're trying to get that first client, be aware that you might end up giving a friend and family price. And now you don't want to specifically do it necessarily for free, because oftentimes people don't appreciate what they get for free, or they demand a lot of things, or things can get weird. So you might want to have some sort of token payment, just so you, both you and the client, can commit to doing this project. Which, if you're wondering around the timetable, I talked about how, you know, long a first project should be in the last video, so watch that. You know, and able to take even a token payment is something that will also get you into that freelancer mindset, which is going to be very important for you to just cultivate, because you're going to be documenting your process, you're going to be checking out this whole lifespan, because this is also a project that you can talk about in an interview, so you can figure out what you're going to go for, a rough estimate, and then after your first client you can maybe modify, so your prices don't need to be set into stone, especially since your first client. It's why we're going to talk about who to reach out to in the next video. You're gonna be collaborating with them in a lot of ways, and it's also, you're collaborating to build your own process as a freelancer, and prices are just one step. Now that we've discussed how to price yourself, let's talk about how you will accept payment. If you're doing things that are very local, then you can just have somebody drop off some cash or a check. I don't recommend taking a check from someone that you don't know and trust, but you can get cash and they can, meet at a Starbucks, pass that back and forth. But if you're going to be doing a more of a long distance project, I recommend having a very reliable online payment process. Most of the time people go for the biggies, PayPal or Stripe. I recommend actually going with Stripe. I have used both because Stripe is going to be a lot more vendor friendly than PayPal is, especially for people who are going to be doing services like web design that could run to thousands of dollars. The thing is that PayPal it's a place where if the person's getting a refund, they just talk to PayPal, they don't talk to you. With Stripe, they have to talk to you about any refunds or anything like that, any dissatisfaction. So that is my recommendation there. There's also other services like TransferWise. If you're selling just straight up information products, just like a digital download, then Gumroad is another one that I've used that's really good. So that one is legit. So that's just a little bit about how you can price your services, how you can get paid. And keep in mind that the whole process you're doing with the first client, even if you do work for a smaller sum than you think, you can always ask them to, hey, this is the homie price. Don't tell anybody that you got this price. This is for the randos and the casuals. That's their price. So that's also something to think about. Where even if you give somebody a really good deal, it doesn't mean that you have to give everybody else that deal. Okay, so the challenge for today is to do research on your industry that you want to freelance in. Check out Glassdoor, Payscale, or Quora to find out market rate. Figure out your prices and comment with any questions and share maybe some of your prices with us. I'd love to answer any questions that you have, and check out the next video tomorrow where I get into how to reach out to your warm network. So thanks for watching, and as always, I'm Sami, your career specialist with the Career Kickstart Academy. Bye.